Return to the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up. First shot, come strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Bad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way.
Back at you with another episode of Archons Corner with my normal casual misfits. I don't even want to know what's going on at Ewok's house. We have the Draz score of the Draz Core.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And everyone's a lovable, punchable bear, Ewok Jr.
Hello, KeyForge community. Glad to get down in a brawl with you anytime. Let's have a good time tonight.
I didn't say I was punching you. I just said you were punchable.
You just watch out for that feisty little dog who is tenacious. Just be careful.
Tenacious. But tons to talk about. We took last week off because there really was nothing. And we were all kind of like giddy for Store Champs. And that's what we all did this weekend. When was your Store Champs, Draz? Did you have it on Saturday?
Yeah. Was it this past weekend? Or was it?
Well, we did.
No, it was on the 8th.
Oh, on the 8th. So you guys did.
Yeah, I had already done it, so I was like, well, I could talk about it, but you guys were like, no, like it makes more sense for us to all talk about it. Which
I think Sheep was just grouchy. You know how
there's
gets.
That too.
He's just like, nah, sleep. I need to sleep. So nobody needs to know anything.
Store Champs boys are happening right now, March 1st through April 17th. So you got onto it early, Draz. We had to wait till the 14th. So beautiful wife's birthday. And we also did it this past Tuesday at our own
I did not schedule it. I just want to make that perfectly clear. The Wookiee. Sheep is like GG. He will post things on your loved ones' birthdays and significant dates in your life and not care.
No. The short answer is it's a short time window, so you put it out when you can, and it was a great event, so no issues.
It was a great event.
I thought Ewok was going for his wife's birthday. He was like, yeah, I'll just like leave you alone for once. She's like, thank goodness.
But it's Store Champs. I gotta go.
Actually, my family's the opposite. They want to spend lots of time with me. Reason... Yeah, we have a really good time, and I have a wonderful family. So as they get older, it is sad to see becoming a little bit more independent. But my wife was actually... She was helping with the Girl Scout troop, and they were using some of their cookie money to go horseback riding and over to the barn and kind of learning some grooming techniques and things. So that was scheduled. So once that was open,
good cookie money really gets you into the.
But actually,
polo club.
Actually, the cookie money is what they use to be able to do fun events through the rest of the year. So it is neat to see the girls get something out of it versus just going ahead in the experience. And they're good cookies too. But they went to the actual stable and they went horseback riding. So once I saw that was open and I was just going to be at home, I can do my schoolwork, or I could go down and visit Sheep and the rest of the group and play in the store championship. So I talked with my beautiful wife and like, if you're not here, I'm going to go. And she said, sure. And then the times changed. It started to switch around. And, that's just part of life. So I was actually able to be there for the first event, which was sealed. But I did not get a chance to stay later because they finished, they wrapped up, and I did want to be home for birthday dinner. That's important.
And what a sealed event it was. Blast from the past. Drazcore, what did you guys do? You did your seal? Did you guys do all of your events, or did you guys just do one thus far?
We did Archon.
You just did Archon? You haven't done sealed yet?
Yeah, we're splitting it up. So Archon was first, and that was by request because fewer people could make that date. And everybody wanted to do sealed. So they're like, no, do Archon that day, and then do sealed. So we're doing sealed this upcoming weekend. And then,
before you get too far into Archon, we should say a little bit about if anyone is oblivious to what is happening for Store Champs. We said the dates earlier, but guys, if you've not seen it, go check out GG's the KeyForging.com Store Champs. There's an actual beautiful map. store map that has all the locations. And so you can see exactly when your store champs are happening. So I bet you I could go ahead and find yours, Draz, for the upcoming ones, which is great to see. So each little amber on that map, super easy to use, great to find. And this is something, GG, that works. So keep it going. I love seeing it for our store champs.
Oh, man. Wouldn't it be cool if they expanded it to things like local play?
It would, but I'm telling you, it worked because there was a dad and a daughter who came out to Sanctum who they had not played a game of KeyForge outside of the previous store champs. So technically they played
They were at the event. They were at the event.
Correct.
They were at the storyline event from last year.
Okay. Was it storyline? I thought it was store champs, but they had
No,
they
were
had
at the
said
storyline
that was
event last year.
Okay. So that was the last time that they had been there. But again, it's a great way to let people know that event's happening. They had a great time. It was nice to see him again and to have him come out. So I really enjoyed the map. I thought it's easy to look at, easy to find information, where the store is located, what time is the event happening, the actual important events. But that is awesome. So if you're curious, hey, what store champs are around? When are they happening? Go ahead and take a peek.
Should I ditch Sheep's Star Championships in Lake Geneva to go to the one at Fair Game?
There's some partial
They're both
thought
on the
that.
12th.
Yeah. That's your call.
In the same area? That seems like a bad idea.
They're not in the same area. They're far apart from each other.
Yeah. One is in...
One's in Illinois. Fair Game... I'm sorry, what is this? Fair Game Geneva is in... I don't know where.
Great
That Morgan's store?
Yeah. I think so.
Store is running sealed only. It's in Geneva, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one in LaGrange. That's this weekend. I'll not be making
you're talking the difference, and then Sheep Store should be Kryptonite over in Janesville.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also on the 12th.
Yeah. But the distance between them is enough.
I will be making neither on the 12th.
I'm looking at this picture of this store in Janesville, this Kryptonite Collectibles.
Mm-hmm.
Did this used to be a church? Just like the angle of the roof.
Kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Sheep could talk more about that, but Kryptonite has been there and Gil has been there forever and a half. So I don't believe so, but again, Sheep would have to be the one to talk about it.
I mean, the building looks like it's from 1964, but
that could be a previous life before.
Pete, I drew the 6th grader round 1 and crushed her. Way to go, Pete!
Yeah, hell yeah, Pete!
Good going, Pete.
We'll get into that.
You show them little plebs who's boss.
Did you after you beat her? Oh yeah, Team AC.
That would be the true ass.
That's how we treat all.
That would be the true ass clown thing to do. I doubt Pete did it. I did my Boston jersey. He did not. I don't think any of that happened. But
so the other shout out I'll say real quick is that they list what we have as prize support here. So again, before going to a Vault Tour, it's amazing to know what you're getting. I'd love to see that. Here, this pricing is great. So there's
prize support's a liberal term on this one, but yes.
Hey, if I
worlds.
Okay, you took the words out of my mouth. So for our store championship, there was the pin. The pins were nice. You also had an accolade for your deck. Pretty cool. Even though our store was really struggling to find it because it was not in a printable card in the box. It was emailed to the store. So just be aware that if it's going to a store, the disconnect between the players and the store can happen. And so that would be, if there's any way to be able to print a code afterwards and just put it in, it would be so much easier. But our store is still looking for a code. We will hopefully have that.
Maybe you won't be getting an accolade on Aria.
I think I already asked champs.
Yeah,
but
Dan has accolade for Sanctum. this is for GU.
Oh, yeah.
No, I definitely.
She was like, "Aren't you guys a commander pod?" No.
The third pit is that there's PV decks. So with PV being sold out, awesome to see. And these PV decks have 2 legacy
All
cards,
right,
guys.
I have a problem with this, guys.
Oh, you do? Okay.
What's your problem?
I think it's a real problem to go into a sealed store championships. So here we can go into this. So is there anything more you want to say on this one? Yeah, go ahead.
And then there's full art participation cards. So you got something for people just participating. There's something for the winners with the pin and the PV decks and the accolades. For a store champs, I like it. I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
It really hit the spot. And the PV decks, with them being sold out, having something slightly different with just 2 legacy cards, that was exciting enough to be able to see. So I enjoy that. Go ahead, Wookie. Let's hear it.
No, so our store championships, we ran all 3 on the same day. We didn't just do sealed only. We kind of for Sanctum. We kind of just did sealed only. 2 of them were sealed. The first one was Sealed Alliance, where we did Worlds Collide, because that's what we had.
You had sealed Worlds Collide.
No, back up.
What?
This is not problem. Dan Sheep had Worlds Collide alternate art decks.
Yes.
That's the reason. So,
well, no, that had nothing to do with the alternate arts, just because that's what he had, right?
But there were there were 3 of them, so it's a good use of them.
No, it's a great use of them, and it's a great, as Dan, coming off the cuff and being able to use them. But this is you have a set that you're trying to sell and all this stuff. You sold out, so there's not even any product for you to run a sealed event for your sealed store championships. This shows how little they are ever in the universe of even thinking about having local play mean anything.
It was sad not to have a set that people enjoy, that the newest set that you could play sealed from. I agree with that sentiment.
Although
it is
the flashback was probably fun, right?
The flashback was very fun. I was able to craft together a Worlds Collide deck that had double IG and Redder Gallum, so I was able to tax my opponent to death until they just decided to go all out, and then I IG'd them and just took what was left.
Nice.
So that's
Redder
how I won
Gallum.
my first.
Yeah.
Yep, Redder Gallum.
Classic.
Yeah. And it did have a Imperial Scrotum, so I was able to put that on. Well, actually, I think I put that on somebody else, but when they were finally done being taxed, kill it, and then I IG.
So with this game, we did have 3 store championship decks that were there, all alternate art. So good use, something fun to be able to look at, to be able to see. But because it was Sealed Alliance, you could go ahead and choose to not take your Brobnar Worlds Collide. There was also one non-store champ Worlds Collide deck. So we actually had a 4-deck Sealed Alliance was there.
Yes.
So I think it was a good use of decks. People had extra decks there for Worlds Collide and then the store champs. So I enjoyed it. It was something different. I don't know. It made it. You didn't have to necessarily worry about your prophecies or your token. And so I enjoyed that. Would I have gone ahead and enjoyed other options because some stores are playing Amber Skies? Sure. Some stores are playing Talk? Sure.
No.
But again, I enjoy playing KeyForge, but I enjoyed the sealed opportunity that was there. I did not draw dinos, so I had a good split. But without dinos there, I went with Starlines. And so I was just trying to be able to push.
You got no dinos out of 4 decks?
Yeah, no dinos at all. And I only had 1 Brobnar pod out of those 4 decks too, and that was the guaranteed alternate art one. So it was interesting to see that combination. But you had to think back into Worlds Collide era. What do you want to be running? It was fun. I enjoyed it. So go ahead, Wookie. You had this sweet setup, and how did you do in your games?
Let's see. Who did I play first? Did I play Sydney first? No, I don't think I played Sydney. Who did I play? Oh, it was Dave. Dave was the dad that was there. I played him first. Fell into my trap. So I was able to basically make your keys cost a bunch. And then when I was ready to steal a whole bunch of Ember, I would IG, which isn't stealing, by the way. So Odoak gets around. So it gets around Odoak. Then I played Kyle, or Chimera. Did the same thing. And then I played Pete. And as you can see in the chat, when me and Pete were outside, I did reveal to him that I pulled 2 IGs. So he was able to play around them. Damn it.
So the lesson learned here is definitely go out between games and tell your opponents what cards. Well,
I didn't know how good Pete was at the time me and Pete were talking. We were both 1-1 or 1-0. So I didn't know I'd be seeing Pete.
Yeah.
So Pete milk you for this information? Was he trying to like
no, we were just kind of.
What do you got in there, Wookie?
Fun tricks.
No, we were just kind of shooting the breeze, and I'm like, yeah, I got.
I just crushed a 6th grader.
Pete got the easy round 1. No offense, but he did crush a 6th grader. Congrats, Pete.
We had 8 people who showed up. Sheep was also there, but decided to not play so that we'd have an even amount. So thank you for falling on that sword. And yeah, you took the win. I played Sydney in round 1, and my game was super close. And honestly, that's what was really enjoyable about Worlds Collide is that 2 of the 3 games were just super close. And so I enjoyed that. That is not always the case with PV. And it brought back some good memories there. So I nearly eked that one out. And then I went to game 2 and I faced Pete. And that game was not the close game at all. That game was over, I think Pete here in the chat might say under 10 minutes. 10 minutes. He flopped dinos on turn 2 and 3. And I think there were a total of 8 dinos out. And that was game. Good night. I did not get through half my deck to find any removal. And dinos on the board really, that I got crushed. I was the little peon who got crushed. And then I faced Chimera in the 3rd round, and that was fun. Nice back and forth, and it came down to the final play. So good, enjoyable KeyForge, but without dinos, rush. It was fun to go ahead and punk a couple people, so that I enjoyed.
Nice.
You didn't get a red alert or not? What is that? Was it red alert?
No, actually, out of all of my decks, my removal was the unnatural selection, which was the alternate art. That was it.
Nice.
That makes it really hard.
Is that the one where the
pick 3
takes the helmet off the Star Alliance guy?
Say it again.
Am I remembering right?
Oh yeah.
It's like there's like a Niffle ape that takes the helmet off the Star Alliance guy. Is that right?
For the alternate art, yes.
The alternate art.
Yes.
I do not remember.
You were just playing with it.
No, actually, I chose not to play with that. I chose to play with speed and Star Alliance and just run. And that's why they were close. You either go faster or you go home. And with Pete and dinos and then placing more dinos with Ward, I went home.
Well, it is interesting thinking back, actually. So that was another set where we complained about low C and just big boards with wards.
It had a board. No, it had board clears. It just had wards, so things were harder to get removed. It had unnatural selection.
Yeah, that's
right.
Okay.
It had tertiate. It had
the Axiom of Grisk was the big one.
I had Axiom of Grisk in my deck because I did pull dinos, and I was like, I gotta play this.
But dinos on dinos, Axiom is not nearly as good. So
no, it's not because they could definitely have Ember on them, so it was not as good.
That was pre-capture pip, where it almost like forced you to play dinos a little bit.
I think the big thing we all complained about in that set was Wasn't
Wait,
it
we
Tribute
complained?
Six Semper? Yeah, Tribute Six Semper was like just running wild.
Yeah. I did have that played against me. That made me sad. Tribute.
I mean, remember how OP it was to be able to capture 4 of your opponent's Ember and then take it with 2 cards?
Yeah,
Yeah.
now it's as Sheep
You
so
had to combo
kindly
2 cards together to take
right
4?
as Sheep so kindly told me because I got a Tribute, but I did not get a Six Semper. And he's like, "Yep, now it's all on 1 card." I'm like, "Yeah, it's sad." Well, back in the day, playing a little old school. It was fun though. I mean, I did enjoy going back to Worlds Collide and playing around with it and doing some stuff. You know, it was definitely worth the experience. Especially, we never got to ever really Alliance Worlds Collide in a sealed environment, so. It was interesting, but Pete was our winner because, you know, he's a cheater. That's just...
There you go. Good job. Nice job cheating. Good job.
All right. What did you go ahead?
Tell me. What did he do?
He didn't.
He looked at my deck list.
I'm pretty sure even on this cast you admitted that you went out.
Back in Worlds Collide days, you weren't allowed to do that. You just had to kind of guess.
Listen to your opponent tell you all the
still
cards.
Not supposed to. It's sealed.
No, you're allowed to look at your opponent's deck lists and sealed.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Aren't deck lists full open information and sealed?
No.
Where have you been? Why are you on this cast? Why, Wookie? Why?
I don't look at deck lists
KeyForge
anyway. I don't look at deck lists no matter what anyways.
There was a period of time when GG first was like, hey, by the way, sealed isn't a main format. Oh, and by the way, you could look at people's deck lists in sealed, where we're like, you have no idea what sealed is or what makes this game good. And that freaked us all out. And we weren't entirely wrong.
Weird story. I still don't know.
They're getting better.
Are they?
Maybe.
Are they?
I mean, on some things.
Name one.
I am excited for draconian measures, even though I do not think
only because you're getting $2,000 worth of.
Well, I'm going to be playing a shit ton of sealed, so I do think this. I'm feeling positive about the intra-set sealed experience. I'm not feeling very positive about the Archon impact. Like,
I will actually
first set that we don't see that many decks. I don't know.
No, because we had this previously. I mean, you didn't see DT that really showed up.
Well, that was during the pandemic, right? So we can't really measure that.
Okay. Did you really see Amber Skies show up? Not really. It was still very, very, very dwarfed by what existed from GR. But I will tell you, I have a little bit more faith. I was pretty down after KFC, just with my poll and some of the quality. I do think the low end of DM is real bad.
Yeah, I agree.
It will not be Archon worthy, but they will provide some sealed experience, and you have that with any of the sets. But seeing Sheep's Sheep has been basically bringing his deck for. He had played it for locals just for fun, and that deck definitely holds its own. So seeing that it can take on PV, that it can go ahead and really do a nice job against PV and win consistently, it provides some different lines, and I definitely think that there are some Archon decks that will be very, very viable, and there are some people who are dismissing DM, and so it's going to be overlooked, and even just that new card pool, I think will have an impact on the game. So I'm hopeful. We'll see. I don't think it's going to be as high as PV just absolutely dominating, but our goal is not to go ahead and have a set dominate, but I do want to see a deck or two make that top 8 in a couple of the vaults, and I think that's possible.
Be nice. The Sheep's deck is pretty good.
It is. There are some things. The ability that deck has to recycle is actually pretty good. I don't know how common that's going to be, but...
Oh. He's just lucky I pay more attention to like decks and stuff than he does. Because did I tell you this story about how when he was over here, he like left a whole bunch of decks with me, like his trash decks. He accidentally left the Archon card for that deck at my place. Like I was paying attention. I didn't just like chuck it or something, right? Yeah. So it's like, dude, send him a picture. I was like, finders keepers.
Yeah. Did he know it was good back then too, or did I mean?
Oh yeah,
it's definitely a solid deck.
Yeah. No, he was talking about it. We played. That's why he had it out. We played, and he definitely. I brought my DM deck, which is fun. It's not like good, but it was like real fun to play. And he just stomped me. And then I guess when he's wrapping up and threw a bunch of decks on the table and tried to run away, he threw that Archon card on the table also.
Good news for you though. Arya beats it. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Oh.
So then after that, yeah. Well,
I was gonna say, Draz, should you tell us about your Archon? Like you actually did.
Yeah, we
before.
did. So we did play Archon. And I think I said this before the cast, but maybe I said it on the cast. I don't know. We were talking about what format to play when, and it was decided we should play Archon first because less people could make that day, and we're splitting it up by day, and so we're gonna have 3 different days. Sealed is going to be this upcoming weekend, and then we're going to do just like some goofball thing for Alliance on like a weeknight. Nice. But yeah, we had 9 players for Archon. And I did not bring Arya. I was trying to decide what deck to bring. I was like, nah, I don't want to bring Arya. I'm going to bring.
People like this are a menace to decent society.
Are you ready for something new and hot?
You're in the corner, dumbasses.
Well, this should be fun. There we go. I lost you guys there for a minute.
Yeah, I lost you too. So, Draz, are you there? I cannot hear Draz.
I can't hear Draz either, and he's not lighting up. So, it's awesome. You put all those tokens into. There we go.
Okay, now we can hear you.
There we go.
So, last I'd heard was that you were not bringing Arya.
Oh, yeah. And then I cut out.
Did you perma-mute all of us, Wookie? Is that what happened? Or
I didn't touch anything.
Oh, okay.
All of a sudden, I heard a little bit of Drazcore, and then it was all gone.
Okay.
I did buff the server. I don't know if you guys saw all my.
I saw you were boosting the crap out of it. I
boosted the crap out of it so that the audio
dollars
quality.
In the shredder.
Yeah, I mean our audio quality is going to be chef's kiss, right? Like,
oh, is that what it is?
It boosts your. So a lot of it was. It boosts, like, we go up to, hold on, with where we're at right now, we can now share files up to 100 megabytes.
Ooh, I'm fill the crap out of this server.
Yeah, like, where's level 3? Ah, here it is. We get 250 emoji slots, 60 sticker slots, 48 soundboard slots. We can stream quality 1080p at 60 FPS. Audio quality gets bumped up to 384 kilobytes per second with an upload speed of 100 millibytes per second. And our video stages can now seat 300. Not that we need that, but, it is what it is.
We can host the entire KeyForge community in here.
Literally, we can host the entire KeyForge community. Like we get animated server icons, server invite backgrounds. I'm still setting a lot of this up. custom role icons, custom invite links. So, like, if you see a lot of people now, we have the AC badge, which is a goat. I don't know what else to choose. That's where we're at. So, if you have any suggestions as to what you'd like it to be, pickings are slim, but we can talk about it. And then I was like, oh, let's get some better audio quality. It's not going to be that much. And just like, I don't know, I doubt that had anything to do with it, but you decided not to bring Arya. What did you bring instead?
Yeah, no, did not bring Arya. I don't know. I bring Arya everywhere. Like, wanted to change it up. Thought about bringing Professor Deuce. Pretty great Amber Skies deck. Decided not to do that. Instead, I went with what is probably my best VM25 deck, the Implacable Master of Vishvolt, which apparently is not good enough, which I sort of knew. It's not quite good enough. It doesn't have enough Ember control, so if I lose control of the game, I just can't really do anything. It does have a fun key abduction thing where I've got like Archons Callback, I've got triple Lethalogica, and just like Code Monkey and ways to generate a bunch of archive. So, and a puzzling trinket, so I can find ways to make that key abduction work. And I got stomped by a bunch of crazy PV. So, yeah, definitely. Like, Barlow brought some crazy double Tranks Creed hoodwink cover fire, like with double invigorating showers ridiculous's.
So you mean the 10-point cards having multiples or lots of them is a real good thing?
Wow. I was proud of myself. I almost won that game because I played
no creatures.
Played a big old sandworm, and then used the exchange program to give it to him, so that he couldn't. So when he had to Tranks Creed onto his now sandworm because he didn't have, and I could play all my other creatures. So that almost worked.
I will actually say that
capture Puzzling Trinket, bunch of pips, send it over with a stack of Ember, and then but it didn't quite work.
There are quite a few. Well, Geistoid has some cards in DM that will allow you to hand a creature over to your opponent, and that is a way to be able to get around Tranks. I'll put Amber on this creature, and here you go.
So, unfortunately, he just kept like tranking, and eventually that was it.
Were you forced to play creatures then? You didn't have a line where you could just clear the board and not play creatures?
I think we lost him again.
Yeah.
I wonder if something's going on with his internet.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. I think it's something going on with him, so I'm not 100% sure. I was just kind of like, I was wondering what was going on whenever I was like, can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? And I disconnected and reconnected, but I'm not sure. Uh-oh. What does this mean? User may be having trouble connecting to the call. Well, that's new to see.
You saw the yellows.
Yeah, user. It says user might be having trouble connecting to the call. Draz, you back? Draz isn't back.
I just disconnected because it popped the same for me. I will say
I had more boosts.
Yeah,
because I had gone $45 in boosts.
Oof. Because I had gone up to past episodes before the first freeze, and I came over. You can.
What is going on here?
I don't know. That's what we're trying to see.
We're thinking Discord's trying to get more money out of us.
They need more. It's like put another bill in the slot. Is that what it's?
They're like,
flashing
"Yeah,
right now?
we got another sucker on the line. See if he'll give us some more money."
Ay,
So-
ay, ay.
What I was watching is if you look in the AC live show notes, or like the actual cast, what is it? Under the AC live show, I can see people typing comments, but the GIFs actually went ahead and like froze up for a second. So that was my first heads up that something's a little bit off.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe Discord's having a bad night.
And maybe it is.
But the card
So I don't know how far you got into my thing, but I lost. How's that?
Basically, we got to
No,
we got
do it
to
at the
the
end.
point of the card they decided not to errata because it wasn't a problem is a problem.
Trank Screed. Yeah.
Yeah. And we heard how you kept getting tranksed. And then I was asking, did you have a way to be able to play no creatures? And just like,
I mean, maybe, but the line, just given the way the cards was to do the sandworm thing and board
Yep.
up. If he plays his board wipe, then the whole board's gone and I have no creatures. If he doesn't, I need to get back to my key abduction on flip. But
did he only have the one? Did he only have the one board clear?
I don't remember, but
Okay.
if he board clears, then it resets everything, right? So I don't exactly remember how many clears he had. So
Wookie, do you need to restart for a third time?
No,
Do we lose Wookie now? Okay.
no, I'm here. I was letting Draz tell his story about how the card that's not a problem's still a problem.
Yep.
Because I mean, I guess
Yeah.
it is.
I mean, it's a
So-
problem, and yeah.
I like that you took the line though for the sandworm of putting the big creature out and saying, okay, then Tranks is basically offline, or you got to go ahead and wipe.
Nope.
Did you have ways to recur the sandworm?
Well, I have two sandworms. First of all,
Okay, that's something.
but,
Yeah.
I do have a Leisure Germain, though I had no damage pips, so it's not easy to use. But I have 25 speed, so
Getting
I
to it
can. Yeah. Now a bunch of that is triple Lethalogica. And I do have like a weird thing. So I have Martians make bad allies. So I've got this weird decision where and 22 creatures. So I got this weird thing where I can temporarily get a massive burst by just like purging all
of your creatures.
like my double sandworm, my double wrens, I've got a Dysania. So there's some really cool stuff in this deck.
Okay.
I just don't have Ember control. So if I get behind, there's just not enough I can do to. I mean, I can burst, but I lost a big Ember control. Basically, is what.
And that's
happened.
what
That's what
PV
Big Ember
consistently
Control wants you to think.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
yeah. That's what big. Yeah.
Well, I mean, PV provides the disruption and very, very large amber control. Many of those being repeatable, which is real rough.
So what was interesting though is a bunch of PV did really well, but actually a different VM25 deck actually won, which was kind of cool. It was really cool to see. My buddy, I Drop Lungs, he got this deck, The Void That Damns Vaults, which is a great name. And it is, because you mentioned it, Tribute 6 Emperor, Amphora Captura, triple phase shift with a Zavel Archaeologist to just keep replaying the Amphora. And I actually played it. That was my first game, and it was extremely close. But he just has so much Ember control and actually I might have been able to win that game. What I should have done was take an incredibly slow turn, because basically what I did is I dropped my puzzling trinket played a creature, dumped a whole ton of amber on it, and send it over to him. And then the very next turn, he borrows my Puzzling Trinket. Now he's got Puzzling Trinket and Amphora Captura. What I should have done was just call Equidon.
Oh, and there he goes again.
Yeah, that's weird.
All right, hell of a night. But let's get into our Archon. You weren't there. Well, actually, let's get into our Alliance. You were not there for this. We did.
No. I played the first Alliance game.
Oh, did you?
Because that was Woe.
Oh, yeah. So we decided with Alliance. Instead of actually alliancing, because nobody brought an alliance deck but myself, I guess. Because I was prepared. I brought an alliance deck, but we ended up with Woe.
Woe Sealed Alliance. Presented by Chimera.
Alliance. Yeah, presented by Chimera. I don't know. Woe did Woe things, right? Like, I got Woed. I got some halfway decent things, and my token sucked. So it was kind of like one of those, like, okay. I mean, I didn't get the worst tokens in the world. I got what did I get? I got not a soldier from Mars, but the 1 power when he reaps, he deals a damage. I don't remember what his name is.
That's Rebel.
No, isn't Rebel the 3 power one that does like vanilla?
No, that's Grunt.
Yeah, that's Grunt.
Oh, that's Grunt.
Rebel's
okay.
the one. Rebel's the reap and do a damage.
Yeah, I got that. And then I got an Emberling, which I fully decided not to even touch.
Welcome back, Draz. We missed you.
Yeah, we missed you.
Yeah, I guess you didn't hear most of my story. It's fine. Keep going.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of what my third one was. All my cards are in my backpack. My third one was not a good one either.
And I opted. So a number of people actually left after our Worlds Collide Sealed event.
One person left.
No.
Yes. You and Sydney were the only 2 that left. Everyone else stayed.
Sydney left, and then the dad and daughter left.
You're right. They played Woe, didn't they?
No.
They didn't play a sealed. Oh, okay.
No.
I thought
So they had it out. We were going to put in an odd number. I stayed for the first round because that's all I could do. And so I got to open decks, and I had 2 fish and what's the Star Alliance?
Yes. I got the fish one. I got the 1 power fish thing that's only poisonous on your turn. That was my third token.
That's Raider.
Yeah. He's terrible.
But I actually had 2 fish tokens, and then I had the cadet. So it was fun. I knew that I was just basically playing as a buy. So it's a weird spot to be in to play a game. And you're essentially giving someone a first round practice. And so it was fun. It was enjoyable. Yeah. And that was Woe. Woe is there. Again, close game.
Yeah, I'm not sure who took that one down. I think it was Chimera who took it down.
It should be, yeah. So the first one was Pete. The second one should have been Chimera. And then the third one should have been you.
Yeah, I took down Alliance with Arya. Or Archon with Arya. So I got to play Sheep with his Cheaty McGee deck, which is so annoying and irritating. Yeah, very annoying, very irritating. If that's draconian measures and there's a lot of that, oh boy.
Really? Why were you frustrated with it?
It's able to cycle a lot of the things, but not push a state, push towards a victory. It's your kind of deck.
See, I actually saw the opposite, that his deck has ways to be able to take Amber, send it over to your side, to be able to go ahead and frankly look at a number of cards, add a number to your archive, and keep putting more cards into your hand. So it can really build an archive and just cycle down to one house.
It definitely can. In our game, towards the end, right? We got kind of towards the end. I can't remember if it was 2 keys to 1, 2 to 2. I could not put it away. Right? For whatever reason, this, that, and the third, just continued to try to like put it away. And it was like, all right, I'm gonna capture a bunch of ember, and then I'm gonna put this guy over on your side, and then I'm gonna kill it. That one, the nanobite or the new Geistoid dude. That you like draw 3, you get to like archive 1, put 1 into hand, and discard 1. That guy might be a little busted.
Damn it! Yep, on the play.
It's the better Igor. Like it's like, oh, dig 3 cards deeper, archive something for next turn, put whatever you want in your hand for this turn, and then you get to discard 1. Oh, yeah. So, like, I definitely had problems just putting it away. It came down to the bitter end, but I did beat Mr. Sheep. Nice. And then I went up against Pete. I forgot what Pete was playing. Pete was playing, his Arcanometer deck. Which is a house-enhanced Arcanometer. Which
Geistoid Pip, I think.
It is Geistoid pipped. I don't know if I really had to play around it. And the only reason I say that is because Pete had put me into some positions where I had to go with certain houses, and I never really felt the pain of the Arcanometer having to do much, because it's like, well, I forge a key, I have 2 ember left, I'm going to play some cards, and I'm only going to lose 2. Right? So I never really felt the pain, but I think the ending was when Pete flipped, didn't have a discard pile. I was able to wins, get all my stuff back, and then I was just, I was able to play a giant Mars board and kind of go, let you do something about my board, or I'm just going to reap every single turn and your Arcanometer is useless.
Yeah, the wins is real strong. You can do it right after a flip.
Yeah, so that was kind of the end. Well, I mean, the Mars being able to then have 6 Mars creatures on board, 2 of them saying your opponent's keys cost +1, and every time they reap or fight, they capture an ember.
Well, let me just state this: that Mars board is a problem in Aria just by itself. If it is not kept in check, you're in trouble. If you can go ahead and archive all of it through wins.
If that deck only had a key abduction, it would be
pretty good.
It would be truly disgusting if it had a key abduction.
Mm-hmm.
Alas, it does not. It just has Martians make bad allies, which is also not a bad thing.
The other one.
Mating season.
Mating season. Which is actually great in that deck.
It's amazing.
And I use that card to great advantage to play against Tranks. Play a big Mars board, do a bunch of shit, and then just shuffle it back in and be like, well, you can't Trank me easily now.
Yeah, I had a big board, but now I don't. So, I ended up beating Pete to take down Archon. Eventually, Aria will get a 2026 accolade.
Yeah, no, Pete. Oh, well, she put that in, so you should be.
Oh, he did put it in?
Yeah, you should have no issue. It's just the GU one that we.
Oh, okay, so GU is the problem one because we don't have any access to probably the person that has it, right?
Correct, and that was it. No. So it's going through GU's purchasing and their play development group, and that has to then be forwarded to us. They just thought it was an email, and so they may have even deleted it. So again, it is what it is.
Yeah. But, 3 people came in, 3 submit a ticket. I'm tired of tickets.
Wait 4 to 6 weeks.
Yep. 4 to 6 weeks later, we might get something.
I'm not worried. We can reach out to them. Like the accolades are nice to see, but it's not going to go ahead and be the end of my KeyForge playing if I don't see the accolade.
Right. I mean, it would still be nice. It would still be nice to see. I still want a, what is it? The Dr. Sheep thing where it's nice that the deck gets the accolade, but like the players don't really get the accolade, and that would kind of be cool. If the player got, if the player had something to show for for doing things besides a bunch of, actually there weren't even any mats this year.
There are no mats, but again, this is where being a member of the keychains and going ahead and having that online system with your little card, there is a real benefit for being able to participate in something of that sort. So again, shout out to all the keychains guys for the hard work being put in on that side. I think
how was GU on Tuesday? You guys did what? Archon?
Yeah, so this past week, GU was Archon. It was actually it was both good and bad. The bad news is that a couple people had some events that real life happened, and instead of being able to make the usual Tuesdays, they were unable to make it. So our usual group really kind of dwindled, just from sickness, dinner, vehicle needs. So from our usuals, we missed you. But we did have 4 that were solid, and so I got a chance to be able to play the deck that I have been playing and having some fun. I played against Fraud with game 1, and that went well. I won. Pete went ahead and faced off against our good friend Mr. Perfect, and Sheep and I almost finished our second game before they finished their first. They did go ahead and go to time, and so that was great. And Pete took the win there, and then we did a switcheroo, and I faced Pete, and I was able to face his Archanometer deck. I was able to get rid of the Archanometer deck the turn that he played it, so it did not have a ton of impact. But I got to give Pete some real credit because he was able to actually bring it back and cycle it back after I had to make a choice. I had 2 Traumatic Echoes, and I made a choice to play them both at the same time, which I typically won't do. And my action card was my Hawk. I did have Belvman, but it was early, and so I made a choice. And a couple turns later, I think it were probably 3 turns later, then he grabbed it back, and I'm like, oh, I could use that Hawk now. Now, that deck does not have a way to really cycle back to it outside of just redrawing it. And with Belvin there, I wasn't terribly worried, but it was a great play, and it was a lot of fun. But I was able to take that game. But that left Perfect, who was able to beat up on Sheep. Perfect and I facing off. Now, Perfect had already lost, but because we're playing round robin, if I lose to Perfect, now we're both 2-1.
Right.
And as I sit down, our good friend Perfect looks over at me and says, yeah, I was playing this deck this week because I saw that you brought it the week before when you faced off against Sheep. So I just played against this deck, and I haven't lost to it yet.
Just
always
Mr.
a great,
Perfect.
always,
Just Mr.
always
Perfect out there with 2 laptops, just playing himself against it.
It made me laugh. It shows respect that someone was going to look at the decks, and yes, it was the deck that I was able to face off against Sheep and give the first loss to that DM deck, and it was a battle back and forth. But it was fun. So he played, and he goes, well, it just really comes down to whatever I use, whatever I'm able to go ahead and hit and play from your cards. And it was a sweet anomaly. Which anomaly is going to go ahead and destroy us, boys?
Lateral Shift?
It's still a really good card. It's one of those, 7, 8. And sure enough, we get about mid-game, and I did make a misplay. I could have gone ahead and hoodwinked him for 2 amber or 3 amber. And I'm just like, nope. And sure enough, the turn after, he went ahead and lateral shifted as I went to 8 and hoodwinked me using my hoodwink for 5. And that was pretty much the difference in that game. That was real sad.
Weird good cards are still good.
The good cards are still real good. The ironic part is I drew my cover fire. So he had a choice of cover fire to take me off with the draw pip or the hoodwink, and the hoodwink was the right call. Because we finished that game quick as a result, we played a second game, and that was actually really close, but he was still able to beat me 3-2. So way to go, Mr. Perfect, taking down our store Archon. And then as a good friend, he's like, well, technically I lost in the first round, and so I shouldn't win. And we're like,
yeah, we got to talk about this keychain, guys.
Okay, go ahead.
It was definitely doing weird stuff for us. Like, it was giving the top person the buy, which was weird.
So ours, and I don't know how the tiebreakers work.
You can set them up, boys.
Oh, can you? Okay, because I don't know how Sheep has them set up. But like literally, so for our sealed event, right? I didn't lose until like the very end, right? I'm at the top table.
This was in our first sealed for Worlds Collide.
For our sealed for Worlds Collide. Like
Pete.
if I win, I'm the winner. If I lose, I should be second place, right?
Nope,
I took third.
That's right.
Somehow the guy who lost in the second round got second place. I'm pretty sure it's how Sheep set it up.
It had to have gone to strength of schedule without.
But I should have the higher strength of schedule. Well, maybe not. I guess I don't know how my first round.
No, because if you, it would have been. So if your first round opponent, so if both, the only loss that I had was to Pete.
That's the only loss I had too.
Yes, but my two opponents then were going to be. It should have been Sydney, Pete, Chimera. And so if Sydney and Chimera had a higher score than where your two opponents were, that's how it's going to place.
I don't know how Chimera's third round went. I don't honestly, I don't know.
Chimera played me in the third round, and that's
lost
why.
too, so he went 1-2.
Yeah, so that's the difference. But again, depending on how it worked, it did make us laugh that I took second while being not at the top table. I thought for GU it was fine because both Mr. Perfect and I ended up going 2-1. And you're playing round robin, 2-1, the head-to-head should definitely take the win. It was funny because then Mr. Perfect's like, well, based on the schedule, you should have won because I lost in the first round, so you just take the pin. I'm like, that's dirty pin. I can't take your pin, man. And then he was trying to give it. I don't know. There's still some pride in being able to go ahead and claim that store championship. So if you earn it, I think that you should get the pin. But if you don't, I can't take someone else's pin. So then he tried to give it to. I think was it Pete? He tried to give it to Sheep. He tried. Lokacar stopped by because he was running late from dinner because it was St. Patty's Day. So happy St. Patty's Day, late happy St. Patty's Day. He tried giving it to everyone, and they're like, "We're not taking your pin, but Mr. Perfect, just put your pin over there. Take it."
I already have an Archon pin. I guess I don't need another one.
See, look at you, you smug little.
And now I got to get my Alliance because I don't even know where I can go play Alliance because it doesn't look like anyone's doing Alliance. So my Alliance will just stay in its.
We're going to go
deck
ahead.
Box.
No, we're going to play the best Alliance. We're going to play Sealed Alliance.
Yeah, that's
we're going to do what's
that's not Alliance.
This is the best Alliance that there is.
We were talking about just doing the same thing we did last year, which people really liked, which was one woe, one talk, and you have to use at least one pod from each deck.
One woe, one
sealed.
talk. Okay, so you have tokens from.
You have tokens from two sets, but no crossover houses.
Yep. So we might do that. We'll see. We'll see by the time we get there if that's how.
I'm interested. I mean, it's similar to our AOA sealed box or the Worlds Collide Store Leaderboard sealed. I feel like the talk tokens are better choice overall.
Mm-hmm.
So that seems to be a little bit more powerful, but that's interesting. I'm curious.
I mean,
you will have to report back on how it goes, because I would totally play it and I would have a lot of fun doing it, but it would be interesting.
Yeah, last year was a ton of fun, so we might just do it again, unless we decide to do something weird like CC and DT or something silly.
Oh my!
Because now we have DT because the guy Carl.
You should do what we're doing. Oh, actually, you can't. Because he probably wants like full price for it, huh?
Yeah. Well, because he paid full price through GG.
You guys
he bought it through GG.
You guys should buy a whole box and just Alliance DT.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be expensive.
Yeah.
That would be expensive. We definitely would not be doing what we're doing if it was $100 a box or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
$20, okay. $100, not so much. So I guess I'll have to put my Alliance deck away for.
You can bring it down to St. Louis. And by the way, boys, I was able to get off for St. Louis, so I will be in St. Louis. So bring it to St. Louis. We'll have a great time. Actually, I was looking at hotels for us, and it's already booked for work, so work is done. So, yay for work being able to let me go.
Yay!
Hey, that was actually a low probability, so I'm very, very happy that came through.
Now you can be the St. Louis Deuce.
I'm sad I'm not going to be there.
You're not going to be in St. Louis? Oh, no.
I'm going to be in India.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Eating a lot of butter chicken.
Yeah. So I mean, it's gonna be cool, but I mean, it's for work. I'm not like, but yeah, originally I was going to go in April, and they're like, nah, we're going to move it to June. I was like, well, when in June? They were like, this time. I was like, that's a bad idea. They were like, too bad.
Let's not do that. We're going to do it anyways.
I tried to push, but this is actually not a thing that I can just be like, never mind. So
I don't want to. But stomp your feet and make a frowny face.
Yeah.
No.
So
bummer. I guess I'll just have to play Aria without you.
There you go.
So Drast, were you able? No, you did not get one of the 2 PV decks then, right? The store.
I did actually get a PV deck.
Okay. Did you?
We bought a whole bunch of
the extras.
Kits.
Yeah, because there were extras, which it's a great price for what was there. Did you get a chance to open and see your legacies, the 2 legacies?
Yes.
Okay, I know they're not scanning yet, so we can't go ahead and check, but do you mind sharing what legacies you got?
So I got one cool one and one like mediocre one.
Okay.
So the mediocre one I got was a Sacro Alien.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that's not a bad combo. Yeah. The cool one I got was Retro Technician Lee.
Oh,
that's nice. That's real nice.
So I can play my Sacro Alien.
I don't even remember what Sacro Alien
from my
does.
discard pile. Or I got a double deleter, double precision striker. So I've got some cool, and a Facilitate. So I got some cool stuff I can bring back. So the Star Alliance house in this deck is pretty cool. Then I've got a Trash Redemption house, Triple Groland. It's exactly what you want to see.
That is the bummer with PV, is to see redemption. So I'm sorry.
Well, and then a mediocre Dis.
I'm wondering. So these are allowed to be allianced with other PV decks, no?
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Did you open your winning spoils there, Wookie?
I have not opened it yet. I'm saving it for a sealed night.
Yeah,
and I was not scannable yet, so I can't use it this Sunday. But I do still have 2 Ember Skies decks in my backpack that are just waiting for a Sunday for me to play.
Okay. I will say that I was able to go ahead and open mine, and I was happy with my legacies. I ended up with an EP, so Effervescent Principle, and which PV does not need more Amber Control, so that made me laugh. But the other one was nice, was Failing Strike. So both of them are there, and I had Logos Saurian and Star Alliance. Fun.
Alrighty. Did you get confirmation from our guy whether we're making an announcement or not? Or are we?
We are not.
We are not. Okay. Well, no announcement.
But we do have an announcement, because if I don't say this, I think Pete is literally going to drive across the stage.
I was just about to say it. So
okay.
Make sure you guys.
Otherwise, he's going to stab us.
Yep. Make sure you guys, if you're not a part of the Discord already, make sure you go over to the Discord. It's now SAS Champs.
Yeah,
it's no
SAS
longer
Champs.
Pete's Piles. So there's a whole rules outline for SAS Champs. Totally self-paced. You can play as many or as few games as you want. What does he say? SAS Champs is an ongoing self-paced KeyForge event in which everyone gets to play the game we love as Garfield intended.
Yep, that just...
It is under the AC server, AC events tab, and you can go in there, sign up for Pete's Pie. I wish we'd call it Pete's Piles again.
And he's touting that there have been 60 plus matches in the first 48 hours.
That's what he was telling me when I popped in. He's like, you should play. There was a lot of games being played. So I don't really know. Maybe we can have Pete on next week and he can tell us how it works or what the whole idea.
Yeah, I mean, from what I'd seen, it's basically that there's SAS numbers, and
I have no idea what's going on with Pete. It's just close enough. Beautiful, thank you. It's a local comic store feel, a cosmic gumbo. Fuck you, I'm drinking that day. What the hell is going on over there?
Oh, this is normal. But it's basically you're trying to be the top for. You want to try and bring a deck and challenge, a deck, and you're going to challenge someone at an individual SAS number and be the top at that deck. So that's SAS Champs. But Sheep playing 10 of those games, and he's like, "Where's Sheep?" Well, Sheep's not here today because he's on assignment and he is in the process of flying right now.
Yeah, where is he, anyways? Where did he say? Indy?
No.
No, I thought he said Indianapolis. So I was like, that seems like an odd place to fly.
I am pretty sure that he is heading down to his cruise. So,
is it cruise time?
Yeah, because he had the tree that fell on his house.
Yes.
He had another tree that fell on his car and wiped.
Oh, those
it
are
out.
two separate trees. I thought that was the same tree.
Oh no, those are two separate trees. So yeah, he's had a rough week, and then he was leaving right away. But he was able to get his roof patched, and the car is gonna be some issues. So. But he at least has other cars that he can drive, so we're lucky there. And no one was hurt. That's the good news.
That is the good news.
He'll tell you more about it when he returns, but I'm pretty sure he is off.
Stay tuned next week to hear about the tree. You know what this is. This is a Team Reaper conspiracy. He's the only good player on his team, and they're trying to take him out. No? Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you want me to say in that manner?
I don't know.
No, there's other good players, because there are.
Are there?
On our team?
Yeah.
Speak for
yourself.
yourself.
Pretty good.
I mean, okay, whatever. The other thing that I will point out is ABR has a half league, so you'll get a chance to see. And there's some new work that's being done. So shout out to Aviator, who's done quite a bit of work there. So you'll hear. I know Sheep and I are
still breathing, huh?
Oh yeah, Draz, are you part of the half league for ABR? Or were you busy?
He is having internet issues, I believe.
And
he just laughed and came back in
again. Number 5, yeah.
Yeah. Drazcore is now a speaker.
Hello, I'm here from the East Coast. I know you've been fighting it all night, man. So sorry for us bouncing in and out. We've been doing the best we can here, guys. So.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Discord. Hopefully next week's better. Otherwise, I'm taking back my gems, Discord. Stop messing with me.
That's a threat.
That is a threat. This has been some BS. I'm tired of it. I just dumped a bunch of money into this Discord for all of you. So you guys can have cool stuff.
Discordstatus.com says, failure to start new voice calls, investigating. New voice calls are failing to be created, currently investigating. So there's an actual Discord issue.
There's actual something going on with Discord. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because of course there is.
Yeah. That's just how it goes.
Is it Thursday? Are the Archons Corner guys podcasting?
I'm sure that's what
Let's definitely have a problem with our voice chat. That's what it is.
Maybe they think it's Altered Corner, and they're like, well, that Altered shut down, so,
Listen,
just
fool.
shut this down.
He brings it all around.
Yes. Now he brings it all around. Altered Corner, we will be having, I don't know what you guys this won't go out till next week, but we will be having our final episode tomorrow. Altered is no more. KeyForge outlasts another one.
Yeah.
The KeyForge is truly the cockroach of the TCG community. it just somehow continues to survive.
We are thankful for that. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, if you guys remember at KFC, they had their big thing and they were like, yeah, we only need $2 million to keep this game going. And I'm like, man, if that's every time. Last time was $2.5 million. This time, I think was $2 million was the goal, and they didn't make it this time around. So they said if we can't make that, we're unable to sustain the game, and then now it's no more. So everyone's getting their money back, which yeah. I don't know. Like I sometimes again I wonder how KeyForge does it on what 300,000, 270,000
bootstraps.
Not a lot.
Yeah,
you just get on that amount you get nothing. That's I guess that's what we learned. But I don't know if we'd get any if we gave them more. If we'd get more. So that's kind of a thing that exists, but. Altered is done. It is no more. Go hype up Cyberpunk. It's only $8,000 to back the GameFound campaign.
It is so I actually have been playing not the card game, but the video game because I got a new computer and I was like, I can finally play this on like maximum settings. It is a really good game. I am surprised that it is as
popular?
Yeah, that this card game is going so bonkers.
I mean, it is I had it up here. I don't know if I have it up here anymore. What did we say it was at? It was at $10 million.
That's just outrageous.
Like, that is a little crazy. It's like $10 million. And I get the feel. Oh, here it is right here. I got it right here. Dragon Shield is doing the full art. They are already investing money into doing the full art sleeves for Dragon Shield is. So they've got them behind them. Yeah, I'm gonna refresh here just see if it had changed any. Nope. So $10,575,128. So
yeah, it's already. I mean, they're like 2 days in, most funded Kickstarter TCG ever.
Yeah, 28. Are they doing if they're doing a month? Yeah, 28 days to go. This is the whales looking to do the get rich quick. Yeah. Get in there. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen anything about this game. I don't know how it plays. I don't know anything about it, and people just have gone bananas over it.
Yeah.
Was this wasn't that like a Gen Con or anything, was it?
I don't remember hearing about it.
I don't remember hearing about it either. Yeah. I don't even remember hearing about this game being on being a card game until the Kickstarter happened today. And everyone's like, "Oh man, it passed all." Like literally yesterday, Altered had made the announcement that Altered was no more, and then today it's now all of a sudden this has surpassed Altered for the top.
Do you think people got their money back?
Yeah, I got mine back. He's wondering. Yeah, they refunded everybody their money. So. Now it's just getting the next one. I mean, holy crap, do they have add-ons and add-ons and add-ons? Somebody did some work on the campaign for this, because they have an add-on at the 10.5 mark. Now it's the 11 million mark. And this is clearly going to be one of those, like, you know what this is? You know what this is? This is MetaZoo. This is the new MetaZoo. They are really, really, really trying to get into the whole collectible field. Yeah. There's already serialized cards. There's already these special variations in art, special variations in this, special variations in that. I mean, shit, one of the tiers had a pre-graded CGC card. So, check out Echoes of Omens. That thing won't be dead on arrival. I don't really know.
They should study whatever Cyberpunk did.
It probably has something to do with It probably has something to do with marketing, which Gigi knows zero about. Because remember, 50% of marketing doesn't work.
The marketing that does is letting people know when events are happening and running events. So I appreciate
what
that.
Events?
Map.
We don't have events.
We're running store event with store champs right now.
We have 2 events a year. We get store champs and we get the storyline event.
I'll say thank you for that. But anything else, boys, that you have?
I got nothing else. I'm ready for bed. Make sure you guys go check that out. Make sure you guys go check out the SAS champs down in the Discord. And with that being said, we will see all of you later.
May the Forge be with you.
I'm going to say, I guess we don't get outros today.
May the Forge be.
Like the ceiling can't hold us. Can we go back? This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Nah, can I kick it? Thank you. Yeah, I'm so damn grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me. Go hard like I got an 808 in my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on shark week. Raw, time to go off, gone. Deuces goodbye. I got a world to see. And my girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer. Nah, I never ever did it for a throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people now.